Hello everyone! Today we want to give you a series of reasons to choose our Diveshot R as a case for your smartphone. Certainly, the first reason is that it's a case we've been making for decades and it's always the same, so it's a true universal case. It fits over 5,300 models of Android and iOS smartphones because the operating system automatically recognizes the phone you have placed inside and works accordingly. But on the website you can find all the lessons. That file, that one, with updated compatibilities, so you can also check the exact compatibilities. However, unlike many other cases on the market, which are already on their 5th or 6th series. So it means that those who bought the new smartphone, unfortunately, could no longer reuse that case, but had to buy a new one. Our Shot case has remained the same since it was released, except for a small restyling we did with the new Shot R, which still remains in line with the Shot stand, in the sense that the initial design is always this one. So the first reason is definitely the fact of getting a robust but universal case that will adapt to new smartphone models. And so it will accompany you in the future as well. Therefore, it is certainly an investment not only for today, but also for the next phones you will change over time. The second is definitely the material. It is a completely aluminum case made in Italy, so 100% made in Italy. Even the closing hinges, all components are made to be durable over time. So we don't have plastic parts that with time, heat, cold, opening and closing, risk getting damaged and then compromising the integrity of our case. So it is a case, even all the points, the opening hinges are all made completely of aluminum. So very robust, solid, made to last, to be an investment over time. Another reason is the controls. This case is the only one in the world today that has optical sensor controls. What does that mean? It means that we don't have mechanical buttons. That is, in all the other different cases you will find on the market, these cases have buttons that may appear magnetic at first glance, but in reality, all the cases on the market have O-rings. So with very thin buttons, with very small O-rings. And simply, because over time, they are also difficult to maintain. So over time, they can certainly cause leaks or even issues with operational depth of use. So many don't return. The button that might let a few drops through can damage both the internal electronics of the case and your phone. This case, our Diveshot, doesn't have any mechanical controls, so it's definitely a huge advantage. Here, the optical sensor controls are nothing more than two infrared sensors that emit a light we don't see or notice. But when I go to touch it with my finger, as you can see, the application sends a command, and these work perfectly at any time. So the advantage is that we don't have physical controls, so we can't damage the case. Water cannot enter through the buttons. And these buttons are sensors that work perfectly well with light, but even better at night. So there are always two other very important points. One is the zincs. This case features anodes, which are sacrificial anodes, two to be exact, one for the back and one for the body. All the corrosion of the case, therefore, over time with use in salt water. All the agents. Let's say that galvanic currents are found in water, so the corrosion attacks the softer material. And in this case, this zinc, this is an anode, which consists of two sacrificial anodes that essentially absorb all the corrosion. Let's say, this button you see, which is made of zinc, protects our entire case, the O-ring seats. So this is another small detail, but very important. Another very important thing is the closure system and the O-rings. This case has a double sealing O-ring. So the new Diveshot R, unlike the previous one, has the O-rings on the body. So the only thing that has changed from the Diveshot to the Diveshot R is the position of the O-rings. Here is a detail of the new O-rings. They are positioned, as I mentioned, in the body of the case. One radial and the second in contact. Inside, we have a grab, which is a jaw support, allowing us to accommodate and secure any smartphone model, whether it is more compact like the iPhone 15, 16 series, standard, or even the Pro Max or Ultra versions in the case of Android, which are much larger. So thanks to this grab, it is possible to quickly and easily secure our smartphone inside the case. Another great advantage is the very simple locking system. So, how do you see it? Simply, by using this rotary button, we will activate the lock. This is the lock on our safety that will then allow us to unlock and open the case. So this is how it opens. And simply by rotating, you heard the click, it will lock completely. Another advantage not to be underestimated, very important, is the support. These are three simple technological structures that were created and are made to last over time. And in case during use, over time, scratches. The front screen, rear, or other causes of equipment issues, clearly it's equipment made in Italy. We have always provided support, so it will be possible to replace the screens. It will be possible to update the electronics, thus having a product that over time you will not have problems getting assistance and support even for spare parts. This is a very important point. We have created a series of new accessories. This is one of the latest, it's the new flip support. There was already a support ring for M67 lenses and filters. Simpler, this is the new accessory that allows us to quickly position, say, filters or possibly additional lenses. Clearly, this is a single version, but it will also be available in a double version. And thus, naturally, you can adjust the centering of the camera lens using a center flip. And with this system, we can quickly apply filters or additional lenses while in the water. Truly a very useful accessory. Another accessory, clearly for those who want even more stability, is the second left handle. Simply, the base underneath is equipped with a series of threaded holes and with a kit that is provided along with the handle. We will attach our handle and also be able to adjust its position since it has a bayonet slide underneath. This is another very useful accessory. Lastly, something I try to emphasize, please remember this case, as I mentioned, is designed to be universal. So it's an investment for the future. If tomorrow any of you buy it for one model and want to use a friend's phone or another phone model, you won't have to do anything else. Simply download the application and insert it into the case. Since the case is already designed to be universal, ready to be compatible with any model. Of smartphones, or Android and iOS, as I mentioned before, there are already over 5,300 compatible models. So, a truly vast list. Simply the operating system. When we go into Bluetooth, then you will need to watch the tutorial videos and the instructions. However, it will start with the keypad mode in iOS mode, so for all Apple smartphones, or simply by pressing a button. It will switch and enter Android mode, and then we can pair the keyboard and operating system with all Android models. So, with a really quick operation of just a few seconds, we can switch our standard live shot that we have from iOS mode to Android mode, and thus use it with all current and future iPhone models and all current and future Android models. Naturally using our application, which can be downloaded from Google Play or the Apple Store. And it is truly free and is an application specifically designed for taking photos and videos on berries. So I would say that I have given you a series of reasons to purchase this universal case because it is actually a product designed to last over time and is certainly a great investment. And with the addition of a series of accessories, it is an incredible tool that will allow you to capture amazing images of the world on berries. Please continue to follow us for any information. Do not hesitate to contact us. Goodbye, everyone.